Back here on the Rich Eisen Show, ladies and gentlemen, for the first time, certainly in studio, 8 years in the league, the last 4 of them, all Pro Bowl seasons from the Buffalo Bills. Ladies and gentlemen, Dion Dawkins is here. Good to see you.
What it do, man?
Rahway in the house.
Yeah, big Rahway vibes.
So,
yeah, Rahway, what's up?
I don't know if you're aware of this. I think you and I grew up on the same latitude here. Take a look. That's Rahway to the left. I grew up right in the middle of Staten Island.
Wow.
That's it.
Wowzer, we definitely smelt the same air going straight across that little river you got there.
If it blew east to west, which it never really did, it was always west to east.
Yeah.
I got the whiff of the 250 petrochemical plants that were right there in Catteray, New Jersey, and all that sort of stuff, and Linden and all that business. And then you guys, remember I was telling you right down on the left side of, you see that big green area? Yep. That's a big, huge green area in the top left. That's the old garbage dump, man.
Oh.
The largest garbage dump in the history of planet Earth. And it was, it was something.
You know, like, I'm from Rahway, so, like, I'm a funny guy. It's no funny joke. Rich, yeah, we're breathing the same air, but somebody breathed a little bit too much air over there.
Are you? Wow. Hold on a second. Wow. I don't think it affected.
Shots fired.
I don't think it affected
I'm trying to check his humor out, bro. Because Rahway, I didn't even know we're the same altitude.
We are.
He gets it.
We are.
He gets it.
We breathe the same air.
No, for sure.
We did.
And you're the best dad ever.
That is correct. Don't forget it. Do you have any kids?
I have 3.
You do? How old are they?
Oh, Buka, how old did you just get? A turn. So it's 5, 4, 3 now.
Okay.
5, 4, and 3. I have 2 girls and a boy.
Okay.
Nice.
Delilah Ray Dawkins, Dill Ray Dawkins, Dakota Ray Dawkins.
Nice. I've noticed the theme.
Yeah, it is a theme.
The Killer D's.
Dion Ray Dawkins. So
ladies and gentlemen,
that's awesome.
Dion Dawkins here on the Rich Eisen Show from the Buffalo Bills. Our radio audience just rejoined our live Roku channel. It is great to. What are you doing in LA? Just hanging out? Just what's your scope?
Yeah, I was the off seasons go and they go fast, but like I enjoy learning, and I've learned that I love the camera. I've learned that I love the camera. I've learned that I love the studio. I've learned that I love the lights, and I want to learn more about it, not just just the guy in front of the camera. Like
sure.
And we did a tour with Hidden Empire with the NFL, and it was very, very eye-opening to like the movie world. And then they took us over to Paramount and seeing what goes on and all the scenes and what really goes into a set, and how they break down stuff and put it up, and how like how a beautiful set like this could be like part of like a plan, and then after it's over they strip it all down. So like it's just like wow, like this is what goes in the budget and everything, and I've just been learning, and then I stopped over to see my dog.
Well, I am the dog.
This is my dog.
Oh, very good. I appreciate being the dog. So you want to act? Is that what you're saying? You want to be an actor?
Yeah. I would love to be on the scene acting. Like the personality is there, and you have to get your lessons, take your course, learn the skill, and then perform. And I've learned that I'm a performer.
What about being part of the sports paparazzi? What about that?
What's the definition of that?
What that is you have to have opinions, takes.
Okay.
Which appears something in your wheelhouse.
Yeah.
Okay. Although in certain times of your career, potentially politically off.
For sure.
For not real politics. I'm talking about just to speak about subject matters as an actual active NFL player.
Right.
But there are ways to, navigate that line to do something like that where you would have opinions. You don't have a podcast, a weekly pod or anything like that?
I don't.
Do you want one?
Yeah, I do. I really do.
Okay.
I do. And I think that, that's probably where I'll start. I will start with my own, see how it goes, practice on doing the right thing, doing the wrong thing, learning from my mistakes, and then, growing as a person. We're not perfect, but, we go along a course and you learn. But I would love to control the narrative because, I'm a big advocate for the big guys as well as the skinny guys. But, like the big guys need like a comfortable positive, sometimes not positive voice that is not afraid to, speak the truth and then live with their rights and lives with sometimes their wrongs.
Okay, so then let's just test the waters a little bit.
Come on, let's do it.
Okay, Dion Dawkins.
Oh, protect me, Rich.
No, I got you. Don't worry. What rule change would you want to make?
In the NFL?
I am waving the wand and making you commissioner of the NFL. Congratulations, Commissioner Dawkins. Welcome to the Rich Eisen Show. You can make a rule change. What is it?
A rule? I would probably hijack it and I would jump into an award. Okay. I would jump into an award for the best offensive lineman of the year, which what I would call the Protector of the Year award. I would start there with giving
the POTY, P-O-T-Y.
Protector of the. I like it. I love it.
See,
something.
I'm workshopping with you.
This is why you need great minds in the same room. But I would start there because like the culture is what it is, and you have skinny guys, they can win the MVP. You have running backs.
Did you just call your quarterback a skinny guy?
Anybody that's under 300 pounds is a skinny.
Oh, yeah. I'll take it. Thank you, man.
Yes,
thank
skinny.
you.
Skinny. I mean, 250, but like real big dogs, trench warfare dudes. You got the bigs and you got the skinnies.
Okay.
And the bigs are the bigs, which I'm a big.
Okay, so we're learning about what this is great. We're learning about what the criteria is to become the POTY. You must be over 300 pounds.
Somewhat. No, you don't have to be over 300 because there's some centers that could be 290 or like Kelsey is, but a big is a big, a trench guy, left tackle. Left guard, center, right guard, right tackle.
Got it.
Trenches.
Tight ends may not win. Running backs may not win.
They can win Chipper of the Year.
Chipper of the Year.
Supporter of the Year. They're still blockers.
That's the chody.
They
Chipper of the Year.
They are still blockers, but the primary blockers that have to go in reverse, which is backwards. 70 plays a game against elite rushers like Von Miller, Myles Garrett, Max Crosby. Trey, we have to go 70 plays sometimes, not really 70, but maybe 50 plays pass, 20 plays run, and 50 plays is backwards, right? Against some of the best athletes in the world. So I think that there has to be something to stand for it, but life is great and it will happen.
What else? What's the other criteria here?
Of the award?
Yes, are holding penalties taken into account? That if you have a certain amount of holding penalties, you may not win it.
I do think that penalties have to go into it, but I think the holding penalties, the holding penalties have to go in it. I do think time played on the field has to go in it. You have to be on the field a certain amount of numbers, which is plays played, pass plays played, run plays played, because all of that goes into it.
False starts.
That's
what I'm saying.
He's breaking me down so I can be out of the category.
Excuse me.
Is this crazy? Is this crazy right now? He's breaking me out of the category.
No, I'm. By the way, I don't know your stats.
No,
I know
I've had a couple.
You made the last 4 Pro Bowls.
Yeah, I have a couple of touchdowns, a couple of false starts, a couple of holdings. But as a lineman, that's a part of the gig. I will hold to protect my quarterback any day of the week. I would grab and hold any day of the week if you're going to hit my quarterback. I refuse to let my I think and I want to live with refusing to get my quarterback hit.
What if you're a tackle who is constantly beating your own snap count with a step and getting away with it every single time? Does that make you more of a Cody candidate?
No one in particular.
Or a Cody candidate, or less?
If it's getting called.
That's not getting called.
So then you figured out a way of football.
The cheat code.
There's nothing wrong.
That's helpful.
There's not, yeah.
See, I'm trying to figure out what's the criteria here, because whenever we come up with a rule change,
we have to have.
You have to be able to write it down. You have to write it down. You got to put it into words, because then it's got to be voted on by the membership.
It really has to be snaps from pluses and minuses and snaps played. You have to be on the field a certain amount of time. For example, you can't miss 4 games of the season and then come back at the end of the season and be this hero and then be like, oh, I just got all the media push. Now I'm the best lineman. And no, that's you're faulted. There's somebody that played every game, and it's hard to play every single game. It's hard to start every single game.
You're not wrong.
So those people have to be a little step ahead. I would start there, and because it's new. So we have to start with somewhere, and I think that's where you have to start.
Who have you spoken to about this already?
Yeah.
Who have you spoken to about this already?
I know. I don't want to get myself in trouble.
How are you
man.
getting yourself in trouble? Who have you spoken to about it?
I've talked to all the right people. And in the league, when you speak to all the right people, that's all the right people.
You know what that smells like? I'll just say it. Screw
Yeah.
it. RG1? You talking
Who's
RG1?
that, Roger?
Yeah.
Is that Roger?
RG1.
Yeah, Roger enjoys it. I think Roger's for it.
You have spoken to him about this?
Of course, we've
at you.
spoken about it. We've hinted at it. We've spoken about it. We've thought about it because it's a real thing. And yes, conversations are had just like how conversations are had about playing overseas. Yes, of course, you speak about the future of the game, and when you're a part of the game, the future is within.
And you go straight up the flow chart. You're no wallflower. You're just going to go call the commissioner and say, RG1, I need a meeting. How about Terry Pegula? Have you spoken to the owner of the Bills about this?
I haven't spoke to Terry about it.
When was the last time you spoke to Terry?
The last time I spoke to Terry was...
When was the last time?
The end of the season.
There you go.
I spoke to Terry, but I will speak and see Terry in... The 16th, I'll see him on the 16th.
Okay. What's on the 16th? Just
meet and greet.
There you go.
I get to see my dog. He lives in Florida. I live in Florida. We're going to have a cup of coffee. Cup of coffee.
And you let him. He's paying.
I'm paying. He pays me enough. I can treat him. I can treat him. I can treat him. I can treat Terry. Terry, I'm treating, dog. Don't worry about it. I'm very thankful. I'm treating. Coffee is a couple.
I mean, he's got a lot of zeros.
Hold on a minute. I'm going to lead. I'm leading the witness this entire time. So you have the owner of the Bills has an open door policy with you. You can walk in. You can have a conversation with him.
You guys are really good over here. You guys are really freaking good. I'm gonna tell you, this is. I am. Go ahead.
Because, there's a certain player.
Miles. Is that what we're talking about now? Because it seems like...
What's it you said?
No, I didn't say it. He said it without saying it. But for the world that we're in, you know what's going on.
I mean...
But what do you think of that?
Explain what we're talking about.
Okay. You're good. Dion Dawkins, you're good.
We're from the same air.
That's right.
You understand?
We're from the same air and area.
Yes,
Raleigh
sir.
And Staten Island in the house.
Same air.
That's right.
So what are we talking about?
So what we're talking about is when you hear of a player that says, I want out, and the guy who's in charge of the team says, talk to the general manager. So now I'm asking you as a pundit, as a paparazzi, if you want to be part of the paparazzi, you got to break down stories like this. What do you think of when you hear something like that, Dion Dawkins?
I don't know those guys.
Right.
I know Miles. I don't know the ownership there.
Did you see Miles at the Pro Bowl?
I see Miles often. Miles is a great dude. Seen him at the Pro Bowl. Seen him, Media Row, Super Bowl. I seen him Super Bowl vibes. And, but to answer that, when I hear of things like that, I think of, I don't want to do that. But it gives more credit to where we're at the Bills, okay? In the league that we live in, relationships, communication goes a long way. We, as the Buffalo Bills, play a certain way because we have a relationship with our ownership. We can go and talk to Terry. We can go and talk to Brandon Beane. We can go and talk to McDermott at any time, literally at any time. And, if I hear that, it just seems like that might not be the relationship there, or he has ruffled some feathers. And maybe he's like, well, now I'm not talking to you. You could have came and did this and before. But who knows? Who knows? Miles wants to win games. I'm not mad at anybody who wants to put themselves in a beautiful position to win football games. Our football careers are not forever. He's Myles Garrett. He won't be Myles Garrett, the player that he is forever. He does have a longer chance of being who he is for a longer bit of time because he's special, but we all have an end date to helmet and pads. And for a guy, he's just trying to better his life, whether it's staying there, whether it's going to play with us at the Bills, or who knows.
Okay. See, now, may I analyze your answer and to tell you, as somebody who's done this job, what I've done as a host for 20-something years. What you just did is you just took an answer to a question that you didn't know was coming, and you gave an honest answer, although you didn't really stick your foot completely in your mouth where you might have a problem leaving here. Mm-hmm. You also turned it towards how good your situation is with the Buffalo Bills while fully advocating for Myles Garrett to join the Buffalo Bills, which is next level.
I appreciate that.
That was really well done, Dion.
I appreciate that.
Because you want Myles Garrett on the Buffalo Bills.
I do.
Okay.
And he knows.
He does.
Oh. He knows. He knows.
Not just because you just said it into a microphone on this program.
No. But he continues to know. And I'm okay to continue to show him that we want Myles Garrett. And I want it to happen. I want that guy to play against me every day in practice. I want to become the best left tackle to ever play the game. And for a guy like this, as well as we already have it, Vaughn, Ed, Greg, AJ, we have these guys there already that are making us better, and we're making them better. But look at this picture of this guy. like, is he ready to like jump in the ring and help with this heel turn to John Cena or what? Like it's just like, come on, Triple H, like, right. Come on, look.
Yeah, he's named
WWE champion of the world.
He's ready.
He's known as the Grim Reaper for a reason.
Grim Reaper, for real. But he's a terrorizer, and I respect the game. Like, I'd rather him with us than with anyone else. Like, who wants to play against Myles? I'd rather him play with us. Come cause fear for the other teams with us.
Let's talk about the fans, man, of Western New York.
Yeah.
You met one of them in the back there, my coordinating producer, Mike Hoskins. I agree. We're all on the same page there. Some of his great friends got married. You want to see the wedding cake?
Let me see it.
There it is.
Wow. Who jumped through the table?
I think the bride and the groom must have. Look at the red cups. The red cups.
Yeah, party guys.
I mean,
Zubaz at the bottom.
Little, yeah,
right.
Yeah,
that's
the real deal.
This is it, man. You got a good Bills. What's your favorite Bills Mafia story of anybody you've met who asked you to do something, sign something, you took part in anything? Man, you got a good one, Dion? You got a good one?
The Mafia does a lot of things. They do a lot of things. It's sometimes you might think it's weird, but then you're just like, oh, this is just them. Like this is just us. Like, jumping through tables might be weird, but it's just us. It's just us.
Well, it's probably infused with
with a lot of those solo cups.
Yeah, those solo cups, right?
For sure. I mean, like they asked me to do all type of stuff, man. Like
what? Like anything to sign? Anything that was weird? Nothing.
I mean,
nothing standing out.
Sign some flesh.
Okay.
Signing flesh is weird. Signing flesh is weird because it disappears.
That's true.
So, but I do have this beautiful fan, and she changed my life because it was after a Dolphins game. She asked me to sign her forearm, and when she asked me to sign her forearm, I said, "You sure you want me to sign your forearm? Like it's a permanent marker?" Like she's like, "Yes, I'm going to get it autographed tattooed right after this." I was like, "Are you serious?" She was like, "Yes, Dion." And I signed her freaking forearm, and that night she tagged and sent me the tattoo of Dion Dawkins, you already know, on her arm. And I said, I never want to play for another fan base ever again. Like, this is where I want to die as a football player because of something and like that. And with being a lineman, I can only imagine what they do for James Cook or Josh or like a guy like Diggs. Like, bro, I'm just Dion. You know what I'm saying? But it's pretty cool.
What would it mean to have a parade there, do you think?
Oh.
What would that day look like?
Fires and chaos and, police sirens and just the smell of wings and blue cheese.
Oh.
It'll be cold. It'll be very cold. A lot of hot breath because it'll be cold. So you'll see just a cloud of the, but it'll be all, solo cup breath and we'll be happy.
That would be quite the day.
No, for sure. You should come.
Well, I'll tell you what, man. I know, again, the guy you met we'd have to find a replacement for the week. You know what I mean? We'd have to it would be a next man up mentality here on the Rich Eisen Show.
And it'll have to take away, and somebody will have to do their job when he's out. So when he comes back,
oh, no, of course. Well, I mean, he's
champion.
Yeah, he'd be a champion.
Facts
for sure.
I'll throw him a beer.
But I love that. So so basically, you provided the template for somebody's tattoo.
Yeah,
essentially.
I would say that's probably the craziest thing, because she has it, and she wanted me to tattoo it big.
Okay.
You know, so it's like a forearm tattoo. It's like from here to here.
That
it's
forearm is now the protector of the year of her household, I'm sure.
No, for sure. She probably slaps people with it. You see this?
Dion Dawkins is back here on the Rich Eisen Show. Our radio audience
America.
just rejoined us. All right, let's be real here,
Yeah.
Dion. You're one of those guys who can handle the real. Once again, here come the Kansas City Chiefs in your world, and they kind of wreck the buffet here. So how do you respond to anybody in our business or anybody in the fan base who would say that as long as Mahomes is there, the Bills will never get past?
They can never say that, because anybody that's taking snaps have a chance. And sometimes all you need is a chance, right? But when it comes down to it, us as a team, we continue to take swings at greatness. And when it comes down to it, not every great franchise or great organization has won, 7 Super Bowls. You don't have to win 7 Super Bowls. You have to get in once. And if we keep knocking at that door, like not that I'm okay with failing at that point, but we still have a living chance every time we take the field. And I'm okay with that. As long as we have a chance and we play our best ball, it's cool.
Well, you beat them in the regular season. I mean, and then the playoffs come, and it's a different story. Do you have an explanation? Is there an explanation?
They're a different beast, man. They are a different beast. The Chiefs are really good. They are really good. Chris Jones is really good. Patrick Mahomes is really freaking good, and I respect it. I respect them. But they're so dope. They're good people. They play the game well, and they continue to find ways to get there. And, I could be mad. I could say things and da-da-da-da. But when it comes down to it, bro, they are who they are for a reason. And for us, we have to figure out what we have to do to just better like ourselves. And we'll figure it out. And we still have time. We'll figure it out. And, a couple guys might help, like Miles. But
by the way,
Miles, I'm gonna leave you alone, bro.
In all seriousness, the Eagles keep adding. You know what I mean?
We
the Eagles
all need to keep adding.
Right.
The Lakers just added
big time.
Big time.
In a way that nobody saw coming, nobody thought possible. So I understand that. You also have the MVP of the league. I mean, that's very helpful.
That is very helpful.
Give me your favorite Josh Allen story where he did something and you couldn't believe it with your own 2 eyes that you actually saw what you saw. Dion Dawkins. Give me that one.
Man, the play when Josh threw the ball to Coop, and then Coop tossed the ball back to him, and then he jumped to the end zone.
In the snow against San Francisco.
Josh is very confident, and this season, he's got more vocal, and you hear him coming to the huddle, and he's like, "We're gonna score, and we're gonna score," and we say that with run plays, and sometimes you don't score, and you say we're gonna get the first down, and sometimes you don't get the first down, and when he's like we're gonna score. We're gonna score right here, and it's a quick little thing, and it becomes a quick little thing, and then it becomes one of the best photos of all time, one of the best pictures, one of the best moments of all time. That is what Josh Allen is capable of doing every time he takes the snap, and I'm the biggest Josh Allen fan, and that's my big little brother, and when he talks, we listen. And for him to do that in that moment, it's cool. He didn't just throw the ball off and stand there and just say, "All right, Coop, you got tackled. All right, let's try again." He jogged over there. He's still he's a quarterback. What are you running over there to do, block?
Yeah.
But Josh is Josh, and he gave it his all, and his all became this greatness. And that's what we love about him.
I love that story. But if he really was Superman, he would have said in the huddle, "Watch, I'm about to have a touchdown pass and reception on this play." Break.
Right.
Which is what, and I know that, but that's exactly what happened. And
I agree.
I understand how that now makes you believe like anything is possible.
Right.
When you say he was more vocal this year, what do you mean by that?
You know, Josh goes through his progression as a player too, and you know, like he's not always the, all right, guys, everybody get in line, like, and he's still not that, and we don't want him to be that, but more vocal as in expressing the intensity level at the moment, you know, because like I'm a loose cannon. Like I'm a loose cannon on the field, and I know how to lock in. I know, and when not, like I'll chirp, I'll talk to you, I'll poke, I'll yeah, all right, yeah, watch this, like, but we'll play the mind game during a game, and you know, for Josh, like I'm an older player, I'm older than Josh. The respect thing is, all right, that's the older guy. The older guy knows and what he's doing, but for a younger player, which is not younger, but he's younger than me, if they speak to an older player, you know, they have to be that guy to be able to speak to an older player and for the older player to respect him. And when I say that he speaks more, he's just more vocal of, all right, Dion, come on, let's lock in. Or, all right, guys, come on, bring it in. Come on, all right, no more kikiing and kikiing. All right, it's time. And, you know, that wasn't always there because there were so many other guys that did that. Like we had Mitch. Mitch was the older guy. He just retired, so shout out to Mitch. And then we had like a lot of older guys that, you know, facilitated that. And, you know, now that Josh is like, oh, I'm looking around and the team is different. He's like, I can do that and help and my team, so I'll do it.
And he became the MVP of the league while doing it.
And exactly. What a guy.
He is, man. And what he means, I've seen him with kids. I've seen him when the camera's not on. I've seen that.
Real person.
Yeah, big time.
A real person.
Real person with you know, the town in the palm of his hand, but he doesn't wear that on his sleeve.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Wears
it's pretty
it
cool.
with his heart.
It's pretty
cool. He
cool.
wears it and with his heart, and he shows it.
So action items, Dion. Yeah. Now that we're going to send you on to Los Angeles. Action items. Number one, Protector of the Year award. Let's get it done.
For sure.
You know,
I got you guys. The big boys, I got you.
Okay.
I got you.
And
all
you
right?
don't and
you're in good hands.
You have to be 3 Bills-ish to at least be
3 Bills-ish.
3 bills, you know, 300 pounds-ish.
Oh, 3 bills.
3 bills.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I know I'm talking to a Buffalo Bill. My bad.
What are you talking about?
300.
Yeah.
No, you need to be at least 300 pounds-ish.
It's a big boy club.
10 pounds
it's a
either
big
way.
boy club. If you want to be a big boy, be a big boy.
Okay. So we got to get that going.
Right.
3 bills, small change.
We got to get. If you want to pod, we can talk about it. I don't know if the Bills will be so psyched to have you, in front of a microphone every single week, but we'll see. Get you more involved in the film industry, correct? Yeah. And then Myles Garrett, a bill. That's an action item, correct?
Myles Garrett, a bill. That's what I took out of that. No, I got you. Yeah, I got you.
Fantastic.
But that's a great list.
Hey, let me know whenever you're in LA. You've got a place here whenever you want.
I appreciate you.
Absolutely.
I love it here.
You got it. Thank you.
This is so for the people that don't know and that's watching, if I could just say this.
Sure.
It is absolutely beautiful in here.
Thank you.
I don't know, but you should do like little individual tours like every week where like you add like whatever you add, just give it its own tour today. Walk around the room and then you guys might have missed this, but my Stone Cold is over there with a baldy. You know what I'm saying? Like
Stone Cold signed that.
And it's elite.
It's a piggy bank.
Right.
Wow.
We also need to get
30
you.
years ago.
We need to get you on the No Contest Wrestling Pod with TJ and O'Shea Jackson Jr. Host that together.
Yeah.
So you can talk about some wrestling because I know you're
some Jeff Hardy, some Rob Van Dam.
Oh man.
Like some Rhino.
One of a kind.
Some of the greats. You know what I'm saying?
Rob Van Dam.
Eddie Guerrero. We can talk about all the good ones.
The greats.
McFoley.
He's a perfect guest for you,
right?
TJ.
Kane,
Perfect guest.
Whatever you want to talk about.
I didn't. All that. Like I said, I've been seeing you on Raw carrying the Bills belt, man. You've been representing,
bro.
Right there, right behind the announcers.
Oh yeah, for sure. Picking at McAfee, bro. My parents would be so proud that all those beds that we've broken from practicing wrestling moves on will go to good use, bro. And we can talk about the
finally add to something.
It'll finally add to something because me and my brother tore that house apart.
There was some broken beds in
furniture,
Raleigh.
huh?
Tore that, yeah, for sure. The Raleigh house is obliterated still.
You were just getting ready for the white folding tables, right?
Yeah.
You have no idea.
I've actually been through tables before bed tables.
You were power bombing people before you knew it would become a part of your football personality.
For sure.
You know?
And by the way, Mike Hoskins, who you met before, has located this. Apparently, this is the lady and the forearm.
There she is.
That's it, right there.
It's Allison. Look
There
at
she
that.
is, Allison.
It's beautiful, man. You know, and that's
by the way, you
humongous.
did make it big.
She told me to.
You did make
It was
it
a
big.
little sweaty. I don't know how she did that.
And that's your nickname, right? Snow, right?
The snowman.
The snowman.
Yep, she wanted to put snow in there, but it's there. Okay. She rocks, man. We're bonded for life.
Clearly,
So like for life.
You're like the NWO for life.
We are
right
bonded for life, girl. She sealed the deal before the deal was presented. what a lady.
Seal the deal. Fantastic. All right, so add an appearance on No Contest Wrestling Pod.
Got you.
Okay.
Snowman.
We have a list of to do. We got a to-do list for you. See, you didn't know you were going to get this going on here.
Yeah, you guys are some good dudes, bro. You're very
you.
calm, yo.
Well,
I bring a lot of energy. You guys are like,
yeah,
coffee.
It's the only only way we know how to do it. We only know one speed. You've seen me run my 40.
No, for sure.
What was your 40? What was your 40 at the combine?
It was close to a 5. I think it was a 5 or 5.1.
Okay, there you go.
But in my head, I ran like a 4.9. Right?
That's the last time you ran 40 yards in a row, I bet.
Nah, I definitely ran because I didn't chase down a couple of dudes.
5-1-1.
Ladies and gentlemen,
I didn't chase down a couple.
Dion Dawkins, everybody.
Snowman.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show live weekdays from 12 to 3 p.m. Eastern on Roku Sports Channel in the U.S.